family and friends and Marko back in at the Jensen Safaris showroom or trophy room.
Yeah, there's some nice trophies here.
Yeah, no, definitely is one of those where you think you've got a lot of trophies, and you know, I always say, or I always think that I've hunted. Yeah, I've been around the block, but I can probably fit one wall in here of what this guy have shot and taken over the years, and the stories behind it, how far he traveled.
Each one.
I mean, most of these species that's not, you know, from South Africa.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we've got lots of fallow deer, we've got lots of places where you can shoot all these species in Southern Africa, but it's just a different thing to go and rather shoot it in its own habitat. I think here's an example of one, the bongo. He told us earlier about the story and how difficult it is to go and just get access to the area where you need to hunt and shoot bongo. And you know, there's plenty of bongo there, but it's just such a mission to get access there. So it's always interesting to see the guys' trophies and the stories behind it and so forth. But you've shot quite a bit of the species around here, and you're going on a trip again to the States now.
Yeah. So in the beginning, I hunted a lot, trying to get numbers. And then one day I just decided, you know what, I'd rather hunt once per year and shoot a species that I've never shot before. And I'm a species hunter, not a trophy hunter. So if I can rather shoot the females for cheaper, I'd rather tick that species off my list. But I would say the nicest hunt I've hunted so far was in Argentina. Went there 2 weeks to hunt specifically the blackbuck. Now, it's not really the natural area.
And it's the Indian blackbuck, they call it. It's funny, it's there. From Argentina, they call the Indian blackbuck. I could never understand it. But there's 3 nice ones in here as well, which we'll show the viewers.
Yeah.
And then you managed to shoot a few, or just?
A few. And then the guy said to me that there is Axis deer in the area, but it's really difficult to find them. So, and they are not as cheap as the blackbuck. And I'm like, when in Rome, I am there.
Of course.
And I like to try and shoot all the species that is in that country legally that I can shoot. So we started up the first day. They've got a lot of little ostrich. It's like a mini ostrich.
Okay.
Shot one of them, and then the 𝗘𝗫𝗢𝗧𝗜𝗍. That was quite a big one. That was really a big one I shot. And then the wild boars, just to get used to the way they're hunting there. Yeah. You go in the morning to the farmer, and the outfitter will ask the farmer, can we hunt this week on your farm? And they're like, yes, please. Shoot whatever you can. This is the price, shoot, because they are eating the food of the cows.
And where does that money go to then? To the farmer?
To the farmer, yeah.
Okay, so they obviously benefit, and they enjoy obviously having hunters there.
Yeah, but they don't use the meat as what we use, because it's not cow. They want to eat beef.
Oh, really?
I've never seen a country. South Africa, we think we can eat beef. We are like on the low 10 when it starts with Argentina.
Everything that gets exported from South Africa probably goes there.
I think, yeah, definitely, yeah. So, so we went to La Pampa for the blackbuck, and we tried to call the Axis. So they call them, and the males react, and we'll get an opportunity maybe to get them. And we tried this for a week, and we were not able to get either the blackbuck or the Axis deer. And by the end of the week, we called the male in. He ran out from the forest, stood for a few minutes. I shot it. And as it went down, a bigger one came.
Okay.
And the outfitter just shouted me, shoot that one.
Okay.
It's a monster, shoot him. So I shot him.
Okay.
Both of them down. And now I'm worrying you know, the invoice is going to be now double.
Yeah.
But anyway, we sorted that out with the outfitter, and I shot 2 very big Axis deers in one afternoon in Argentina. Now, there is some of them in South Africa. I've shot a female in the Eastern Cape. So after I studied, I've worked in the Eastern Cape for an outfitter, and he's got all the exotics from Axis, Rusa, roe deer, Barberries, all those areas. So I shot a female there.
And they do well there?
Yes, they do. Okay. They do very well, especially on those little Luzerne fields. The hawk deer do very well. So he's got the Pierre Davids there, and I think he's got the biggest population now in the world.
Oh, really?
They are extinct in China at the moment. So, yeah. did the Axis, and then
And
it was the
you've
Blackbuck.
got obviously nice pictures of those hunts and stuff that we can share.
Yeah.
I'd love to show the viewers. And
Yeah, and then the way they hunt completely like. If I have to say South Africa and Argentina, it's exactly the same. Walk and stalk. They're all about the hunting, the walking, and all the things. And then at the end of probably the 2 weeks, I got a very nice blackbuck. So I was able to get most of the species. They had water buffalo also there, which is not indigenous to Argentina, but double the price of what they are in South Africa. So I was thinking I'd rather shoot them in South Africa. They are not from here anyway, so I will rather put that later on my list. So I would say that is my
and to hunt, and to get access or get a hunt arranged in Argentina is quite an easy thing to do. There's a lot of paperwork, a lot of admin.
It depends on the route you go.
Did you book through an outfitter?
Through an outfitter, yes. Okay. So I was showing for 8-9 years in overseas, and he was next to me at the show, and it was in Europe, so not one of us was speaking the language in the country where we were showing, and both of us speak English, so we were talking the whole day with each other.
Right.
And he's like, you must come. And I've always said I want the blackbuck. So there was a blackbuck in South Africa. One, was available to shoot.
Oh, really? So they are actually available to shoot. I didn't even know that. Oh, that obviously, I know the sorry, ik ga net edit. Wat is die dieretuin? Fucking zoo. Soos ek bly dink Kruger Park, Kruger het ook al blackbuck. All right, but so there's obviously the Pretoria and the Joburg Zoo. I know you can find a blackbuck. They used to. They probably.
They have also bongo. Actually, the male died. There's only females now at the zoo. The information we had. So there was one.
So it's not this male, but what's that? This one?
No, not this one. So my dream was the blackbuck, and I called the farmer like 20 times and get me all excited, and then he gave me the price, and I'm like, ooh, okay, I will save. So kept all my tips for the year. And
and is it quite expensive?
Yeah, it was expensive to shoot that specific one in South Africa. I don't know if there's any other farms that have them. This specific farm had two, a male and a female, and the female died. And he's like, okay, you can shoot the male for this price.
Yeah.
And then when I spoke to him, he's like, I can do you a whole safari for that amount. So excluding the flights. So the flying was a bit difficult. I had to fly from here to Ethiopia, from Ethiopia, Brazil, Argentina, 36, 37, 38 hours, I think, in total.
Okay.
Arriving in Argentina, they are exactly like us. They eat like us. They drink like us. They only drive Toyota Hilux. They are social people. People will walk past their houses and they will invite them for a braai. They cook like us. They cook on fire. So it was easy, just the language. They don't speak English there. Yes. But the outfitter was speaking very well English. So he arranged everything. I didn't take my rifles because rifles at that stage with that president was very regulated. The new president now was like, you can guns,
everything goes.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
ARs is open, semi-automatic is now open. So
and will you do a trip again?
I will definitely, yes, but to maybe me and the outfitter became friends. He's my age, so we are like friends. So I will rather maybe go and visit him or take some of my friends to go and experience that type of hunting, because it's affordable if you hunt once per year. The guy that goes on six hunts a year in South Africa, he can also shoot a buffalo area.
Yes.
It's the same amount.
Yeah.
The only difference is you don't have any meat.
Yes.
And and then you can shoot also females. The farmers are like, please shoot them. So they also shoot cougars there, but that is very tough, when it comes to permits and expensive. So I'm like, no.
That's going to be the same baiting method you're going to hunt them on, like we would do with leopard.
They're not allowed to bait.
Okay.
They can only do it under hounds.
Oh, right. Okay.
Which is all right, I don't mind, but the cost of shooting a cougar is the same amount of money I can spend rather to shoot an elk and a moose in caribou in the same.
I understand.
So I just decided to lose that. So this year,
very nice caribou here as well.
Yeah. So I always got confused because a caribou and a reindeer is the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've got both on my list. I'm like, okay, I have to scratch down one.
No, they're all. I mean, like a 𝗘𝗫𝗢𝗘𝗦, you know,
Yeah.
in Afrikaans. For us, it's you know, they all look the same. So if you shoot, or if you shot a fallow deer, you basically, you know, you've shot your 𝗘𝗫𝗢𝗘𝗦.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the case. There's 𝗘𝗫𝗢𝗘𝗫𝗢𝗑 around. So
Definitely.
I've got the same problem. I've shot my fallow deer, but I haven't shot anything else. You know, with regards to the European and the American, you know, moose, caribou, all that type of stuff's also on the list.
Yeah.
Are you going to the States now to shoot some of that?
Yeah, so I'm going now to the States to, my main objective is the whitetail. I think it's the most iconic. And America being a big state, a big country, it's difficult to travel within the country. You can easily go to Texas and go and shoot all of them in one day.
Yeah.
But the price is just...
Well, you could shoot basically all South African animals in Texas.
You get $8,000 for zebra there.
Yes.
There is people that do it.
Yeah.
So... And I can do the same. I can also go and shoot a rusa. I can shoot a Axis. I can shoot Barbary, all in the Eastern Cape. It's not a problem. And some people rather refer, because you can do it on the weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm heading out to 24 and to hunt the whitetail. That's the main objective. And then around it we'll do turkey, raccoon, and coyote. That will be the thing. We can. We've got the wolves also in the States, but I had the opportunities to shoot Siberian wolf also, so I'm fine on that. And then next year we'll do again American trip, but then we'll do bear and elk. They are in Colorado. And then, because
that's a trip in its own.
Sorry?
Yeah, that's a trip in its own.
Yes,
you know,
and a lot of people don't understand is that you can do hunts like unguided hunts there. That's affordable, like really. You just need somebody that knows where to go and get a little bit of paperwork. So I've met a client that is doing that weekly in America. So he's like, we're just going to rough it. We're going to sleep in tents. We're going to eat what we fish. But it will take us a few minutes, then we have some salmon. And then we could do elk and bear. And the year after that to hunt Alaska. And everybody's thinking Alaska is so, you know, expensive. It's still expensive.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But you can say
it's not unaffordable. You know?
Unaffordable. It's maybe you're gonna not hunt 6 times or 7 times in South Africa. So you must make that decision. Do you really want to have a trophy room like this? Now, all the animals that I hunt, I also mount, but I've got a lot of females there.
Yes.
Because some of the species, I can only afford to rather shoot a female and shoot in other species.
Of course.
So, but we are privileged in South Africa.
At the end of the day, I mean, it's, you know, the question pops up, have you shot a blackbuck? Yes, yeah, I have. And then if it's a female or not, I've shot a blackbuck.
Exactly, that's the answer I usually give.
Plenty of guys that just, you know, I've got specifically, there's one friend that comes to mind. He shoots with me every year, and he shoots a kudu female. Yeah, if he goes with me 2 or 3 times a year, he shoots a kudu female every hunting trip. He shoots for meat. Yeah, that's it. You know, and he shot one kudu bull, which I had to literally twist his arm after years and years of hunting. So, you know, you at least owe it to yourself to at least have one nice trophy, which he did, and he went back straight to shooting females again. For him, but I mean, he can always say, I've shot a kudu. You know? Yes. No one's going to ask you how big it was and how this or that. I've shot a kudu. So, you know, it's frowned upon just to think that it's just trophy hunting that we're doing, you know?
Well, trophy hunting is, we have to call it trophy hunting because you are keeping that trophy. But we're trying to explain to everybody that even the clients that come and hunt with us in South Africa, the money they spend on the specific animal is a small part of the whole thing, you know. He takes a flight with Delta. Delta has to pay rights to land here. That money goes into economy. They buy the food for the flight back. That's being paid here. I put petrol in at Sasol to go and fetch the clients. So, you know, you are spending and you are buying screws to fix the lodge. You are buying firewood from a guy. It's a massive, massive industry, but unfortunately, it's at the moment not politically correct, maybe to be a trophy hunter.
No, at
the moment.
It never will be.
Yeah.
I think in this day and age, it's now, you know, we actually had one of the episodes we discussed the fact, all the comments and stuff that people, the thing about opinions is that everybody's got one.
Yeah, but I don't want the non-hunter. That's not my market, so they can moan as much as they want.
Exactly.
As long
Exactly.
the true hunter that sees the video and the picture, he's like, okay, I can understand why he did that. And I mean, you've seen in Botswana when they shoot the elephants, you know, that whole community gets the food.
Yes.
And
no, us on the ground, we know exactly what's happening, and so we don't mind the bad comments.
No, not at all.
I mean, we're making money from it. So
yeah, for sure. But you must have also an interesting trophy.
I think the leopard I shot comes to mind. That was it's not mounted yet. It's still, you know, I've had a bad experience with. Also had a very, very nice, impressive trophy room, and then at some point, you know, personal reasons, we moved to smaller housing and so forth. And then I had started storing animals here and there, and we had a taxidermist, which is no longer in business anymore. That just literally disappeared overnight. And a long story short, so all the trophies and stuff that was stored has been either sold off or thrown away or whatever. The guy since never, you know, he's never surfaced again, never found. I think for me, you know, obviously I had lots of sentimental value on trophies, but I'm feeling more for the American clients and all the clients' trophies that were still had to be shipped out, and they never made it home, you know, which is such a pity that you get people like that in our business and industry, but that goes for all industries and businesses. So since that time, I've never really mounted. I've stopped. I've lost my, you know, passion
for mounting
for it, because I've lost such nice trophies. I mean, for instance, I had a almost 29-inch Impala that I shot, you know, in Limpopo, and I've had that a full mount. I've had bushbuck full mounts. Very nice kudu bull, old kudu bull. You know, that farmers knew the kudu bull. He said that bull must be anything between 15 and 20 years old, and the books say it can only get 12, 15 years old. So I shot beautiful trophies, but I think what comes to mind was the leopard, because he was such a big male. And I mean, every hunter, you know, leopard gets us excited, and just the way we hunt them and how we bait them and the whole approach, and it's that whole process is what's really catchy for me.
Yes.
You know, I can shoot any big animal. If you don't really work for it, or there's not a story behind it, you don't appreciate it as much. So the leopard comes to mind. That was a very, very nice male that we shot, and we actually shot two within 4 minutes of each other.
Okay.
I shot the male, and then immediately the female also appeared. So the story is always, for me, the leopard hunters out there, you know, the smart people say that there's always a leopard in its area and stuff. And I could never understand that. Plenty times, it's not always, but I've had leopard on baits. I've got pictures where I've got 4 leopard in the same tree. So I don't understand, you know, it makes no sense. This territorial animal will allow any other leopard in the area, and they're all fully grown. You know, it's like a male and 3 females type thing. So that's always, it just shows me that we've got an abundance of leopard.
No, we do
in South Africa, all over Africa, and there's just never a set rule set in stone, you know, of what they should act like and how they should feed and what area they territorial on, and you know, just funny. You know, we had a random tree, we had a impala that obviously got caught, and we started feeding on that spot, and we literally got 4 leopard in one tree in one picture. So that's a funny story, but
that means that there's more leopards in the world than what.
And it obviously explained why the impala numbers were so down. You know, you always just had, there was never any offspring. We'll see 30, 40 offspring over November, December, and then by February the herd's back to normal numbers again. So, but leopard hunt was one of my favorite. Oh, the stuff that you don't shoot and you get to shoot every day.
A big kudu male is also, I mean, when it comes to kudu, that's my ultimate favorite animal. Even my number plate on my car is kudu. I would say to hunt a kudu, especially in the Eastern Cape, in the mountains.
That I've never done.
Yeah,
I've never shot the Eastern Cape kudu bull, but I also try and shoot one every year.
Yeah,
every year if I'm, obviously kudu these days are becoming such a expensive animal to shoot, but for the last 20 years, I can probably say I've shot at least 17, 18 of those years. I do shoot a kudu or a few every year. I make a point in trying to, because it's always a proper hunt.
Yeah. It doesn't give you a free hunt.
No, exactly.
That's what I think on every client coming to South Africa, that is his number one.
Always on the tick list.
Always on the list. That and the zebra.
Yeah.
Those two animals.
And funny enough, I mean, you'll obviously know the clients when they come back, he shot a kudu.
Yeah.
But he'll
shoot another one.
Yeah, he'll shoot another one.
Yeah.
It's always those, that's why they're a lot like us local South Africans. I mean, we will never stop shooting impala.
No.
The impala male is just, but they're going to be on the list.
The bushveld hunters like you guys.
It's always good to be there. The warthog is always going to be on the list.
No.
And I think same with the Americans. I don't know, the Europeans also. What do you find with them?
Depends on what European country. If you're taking some of the countries, the houses are small. And you actually have clients that don't want to shoot the kudu because he cannot mount it. And he wants that respect for that kudu to mount him and put him in his house, and it just doesn't have space. The roof is,
and that's why the European mount is there. It exists for that reason. But there's a yearly space, but they do love the
European kudu mount. Still also is impressive.
That I've started to do now. Yeah. So instead of doing a proper shoulder mount and stuff, I'm doing a lot of European mounts now. A warthog skull, a eland, a kudu, they're all, they're actually very, very beautiful.
And you can put much more. This trophy room specifically, it's the space is perfect. It's not hoarded.
Yes.
And I mean, there is a few double species, but really, there's like one of each. And I think what is the nicest about this specific trophy room, there's a lot of African species that is not easy to get.
Yeah.
It's easy. When I say easy, it's easy to go and shoot a whitetail in America because there is a lot.
There's a lot.
But there's some of the species, he shot a cheetah. You can legally hunt them in Namibia. Yes. So I would say a cheetah and a gurnook. These are species that you'll find in one place. There's a black
there's puku here as well.
Yeah, I had the privilege of also hunting a puku.
So there's at least, I'd like to know how many countries is sitting in this room.
Yeah.
Easily 10, 15 countries. That is.
And I being in South Africa and travel from South Africa to the rest of this world, there's I think that's a walrus. The other skull behind you.
So
yeah.
I wonder if it just happened to come across that trophy, or did he actually hunt it?
Well,
he actually shot it. Jeez, that's a story. We might actually get the boss in here and just ask him the story about the walrus.
There's a seal. I think of all the stories here, I would like to hear the walrus or the seal story.
Yeah.
These countries,
that's not a Navy seal. It's an actual.
Yeah. So really, I think there is quite unique. And one thing I have picked up here, there's not really color variations here. I don't see a golden.
There's one black impala.
Yeah, and then I saw
basically it. Yeah,
there's two bears. And a lot of fish also here.
Mountain lion.
There's some roe deers. That's also that nguri or something. There, water buffalo, bison.
There's a lot of small little.
The mountain goats, which I think is also a challenge.
If you look at, he was still a youngster there when he shot the elephant. Elephant was hunted in Zim, I believe. So, he's got a few hunting stories to share, and
I think that's
awesome.
We must get him on the next podcast too.
Yeah, and I think with these ones as well, trophies like this, you can always now relive the story.
Yes.
We used to do it with photos back in the day. These days, all your photos is on your phone. You don't have photo albums and stuff anymore. And I think that's why we also do the podcast and the chat show, so we can just bring these things to light again.
And there's a story. People come into I've got a very small trophy room, but people come there and they say, why do you have a kudu female mounted? But next to it, I have also 51-inch Eastern Cape kudu and a 57 greater kudu.
Yes.
So, but there's a female, and I said to him, that is the first female or at least the first animal that me and my father hunted together was a kudu female.
Yeah, well,
It's not about the trophy. It was that I was probably 25, 26. My father is not a hunter, but he gave me the opportunities in life to see if I want to become a hunter.
Yeah.
And this was the first animal we shot together. Well, he was with me. And
yeah, then it makes 100% sense.
so there's a story behind every trophy. And I think that's a difficult thing for people to understand, especially when people don't have a hobby. And when something dies, you know. So,
Yeah.
oh,
Well, that was good catching up again.
thank you very much.
Sharing some of your trophy stories and stuff. So, yeah, thanks for coming through.
Thank you.
All right. Blessed.